Welcome to the From the Inkwell edition of We Three Kings. Hello to Jenna, Tony, and Mark, and thank you for being my guinea pigs for this.
I
have a feeling that Jenna was taking a sip just then.
I totally had a mouthful of beer. That's just like.
So this is a one-pager game meant to be as a one-shot. I am super excited that it's going to be with this group because it was designed to be slightly irreverent and chaotic, and I think that that's something that we can handle.
Yeah.
If you insist.
This is We Three Kings, the Quest of the Magi. And this is our setup. On a chilly winter night, you receive a mysterious message informing you of the arrival of the child. With only the star to guide you, you and your companions are on a race to find the child and present your gifts. Right. So this is an improv heavy rules light game. You do have 3 stats. You have wisdom, strength, and proficiency, and it's a percentage. So for example, if you assign 30% to your wisdom and you're going to use something that involves thinking something through or talking your way out of a situation or trying to remember something, anything that has anything to do with your brain, you will roll a 10-sided die and a percentage die. And so, for example, if it's a 30 and I roll a 29, that's a success. I have up to a 30% chance of getting that right. If I get anything above 30%, it's a fail. So if you make the roll, you will narrate the success. If you fail the roll, I will narrate the consequences.
Oh
dear.
You have a 30, a 50, or a 70 that you can assign.
A 30, a 50, or a 70 that you can assign to wisdom. All right.
So you can do 30 wisdom, 50 strength, 70 proficiency, or any combination thereof.
All right.
Do we know our characters before we assign these numbers, or do we assign them now?
So you can. Would you like to find out what kind of king you are first? Let's do that.
Yes.
Okay.
That might give us some clues. All right, so this is a random roll of the dice. There are 10 options, and we're going to find out what we are. Mark, can you roll a 10-sided die, please?
Yes, I can. We got a 4.
Just call me Magi.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does that mean to you? So it pretty much means that you're wise. Maybe you're actually magic. Who knows? That's up to you to decide. Although knowing you, I'm pretty sure.
Which one I'm going to choose?
I have a strong suspicion that we might be a little magical, but that's just a suspicion.
Yeah. So is this my choice then?
Oh yeah, it's your choice. It's up to you how you interpret that statement.
Well then, yeah, we are super magical.
Ooh.
Like God level magical.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Greek God level magical.
Okay. Jenna, you do have a 10-sided die, correct?
I do.
Roll it.
4.
Oh no. Oh yes. No. Do we have 2 magical demigods with us tonight?
Just call me Magi. I feel like it's more mysterious. Like, you don't want somebody to know your past. I'd say more of like a shyster sort of creature. Something that's pretending to be a king, but may not be.
Like
Okay.
Coyote or
Yeah.
you're yourself.
So Jenna's playing herself. Cool.
Mhm.
And Tony, you trust me to roll for you?
I trust you to roll.
Here we go.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I gotta roll that again. Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
So it's your
Game
choice.
master choice.
All right, you choose.
Well, Tony, let's negotiate. So we've got kind of a mysterious shystery coyote type character. We
Yes.
have a magical kind of king, magi. You could do something along those lines, or you could be something completely different.
So we have an omnipotent being, a trickster.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like Odin and Loki.
Yes.
So
Okay.
did I go for Thor?
I was about to say
Thor type?
fertility goddess, but Thor works.
Well, Thor was big on fertility in his own way.
In his own way.
Yeah.
If you had to pick two descriptive words for
Warrior
Thor and his
king.
personality,
I guess.
warrior.
Yeah, like a warrior. Yeah, warrior
And
king.
what would be the second
Like
descriptive?
Conan. Yeah. What's that?
Like a Conan type.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a Conan type, a mysterious trickster, and a magical omnipotent being. I see this going well. Okay. So you have 3 stats: wisdom, strength, and proficiency. So you get to choose your own proficiency. It should be something very specific. So, for example, if I had chosen, if I had ended up with perhaps Media King, which is one of the options, maybe I am an Instagram expert. So that would be my proficiency.
Like you'd be an influencer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can make up
if
it up,
one
whatever
was-
it is.
If
Yeah.
one was to say something like create chaos wherever I go, would that be an okay proficiency?
Yes, you could say that you are able to create chaos wherever you go. You would, because it's your proficiency, you'd have to roll for it. But creating chaos, yes, you
I
can be
only have
proficient in chaos.
I only have a 50% chance, but because
I
seems
think that's appropriate for chaos.
Yeah, yes, it is.
My question about this is, do you need to list like the mechanism of your proficiency? Like, do you need to say why or how you do the thing that you do?
We're actually going to do that as part of our world building. So yes.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, great.
Do you have an idea what you'd like your proficiency to be?
Is that towards me?
Yes.
All right. Well, if I am Coyote / Loki / the, trickster god, I think that my proficiency should be shape change.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So I can change my appearance.
All right. And what percentage would you like to assign to that?
70.
Oh my. All right. And Tony, our Conan warrior, what would you like your proficiency to be?
Weaponry, but I'm trying to figure what my weapon can be.
We can say weaponry. I think if we narrow it down just a little bit, like maybe, is it a handheld weapon or like a firearm?
It would be handheld weapon.
Well, how about that hammer?
How about that hammer?
May as well. I want to go for.
We seem to be going along a theme, so why not just go with the hammer?
Sure, I'm down with the hammer.
And what percentage would you like that to be?
What percentage?
Yeah, 30, 50, or 70.
30, 50, or 70.
How good are you with that hammer?
Pretty darn good. So 70?
70. All right.
Okay.
And just so I have it in my notes, Mark, is your
Yeah.
wisdom
My
30
wisdom
or
is
70? 70.
70.
Hmm.
My strength is 30, and
30
my proficiency create chaos is 50.
is 50. Excellent. Jenna, what's your wisdom?
Wisdom is 50, strength is 30.
That seems to check. And Tony?
I got wisdom 30, strength 50.
We really have it covered as far as skills go.
Thor goes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very balanced party.
Yes, it is.
What?
And it happened
A balanced party in one of our games?
That's really weird, actually.
We'll have to get used to this. Yeah.
Absolutely inconceivable.
The chaos has already begun.
Yes.
Excellent. So let's do it this way. Yada, yada. So we'll talk a little bit about our proficiencies first. Mark, how did you become able to create chaos at will? Or a 50-50 chance, which is perfect, of creating chaos?
I was just born with it. It's like it just it comes completely naturally. I tried not to do it for a while when I was young, and then I just sort of embraced it.
And Jenna, how did you gain your proficiency?
Oh, damn. I traded it for my mortal soul.
Ah, okay. Writing that down. Trade
for you.
for mortal soul. Excellent. And Tony, how did you get extra good at being wielding a hammer?
Oh, at a young age, I was being trained for the gladiator pits.
Oh. Gladiator training. Okay.
Yes, and then I earned my freedom, and I killed my masters, and then,
same old story.
and then I
Good
killed the
for you.
previous king to become the new king, warrior king. Yeah.
Warrior King. Let me write that down.
Yes.
Excellent. Mark, what is your name?
Iris.
Of course it is. Jenna, what is your name?
Oh, darn. I'm so bad at naming. I want. Is it okay if I hand this question to Mark to answer?
Yes, it's a collaborative game, so you may absolutely do so.
Your name is so
Mark, I
Coyote.
trust you.
Yes, it's Coyote.
It's Coyote.
Totally Coyote.
Coyote. And Tony, what's your name?
Oh damn. Shoot. I'm looking for like a one syllable,
Something you can grunt. Like
yes.
Hey, chicken, what's up?
No, not that.
not chicken. No.
Grom.
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 Smash. Grom Smash. Great.
Grom. Here we go. Grom.
Grom. Excellent. If you guys could do me a favor and take a moment and change your names in the boxes, and that'll help me. And from now on, I do not know Tony, Jenna, and Mark. I know Iris, the Coyote, and Grom. And we will now begin with our formal world building. Literally my favorite part.
Is there a way I could put 2 dots over the O?
Oh, I wish.
Right.
I love it. All caps. Hilarious.
Actually,
Hilarious.
You just need to know how to do it on the keyboard, but that's another trick.
Yeah. Okay.
Hilarious. There are 10 world building questions. We'll try and get actually to all 10, I think. And we roll for them to see who answers what. Grom, because you are next to me in the image, you're going to go first.
Okay.
And we'll roll for that.
Okay.
And let's see. Grom, who or what is the child?
Child.
Doesn't have to be a person, right? It can be anything.
Does not.
Okay.
Right.
Who or what? It's very open.
Child is chosen one who bring good things to all the lands.
Bring good things. Grom, are you excited about good things?
Grab like good things.
All right. I wonder if we're all as excited about someone prophesies to bring good things. Iris,
Yes.
roll a d10 for me, please.
Okay.
And tell me the result.
4.
4. Iris, how do y'all know each other?
Well, she was looking for a broker for a soul so that she could have shape-changing powers. So I helped Coyote out. And I accidentally dropped the key that allowed Grom to remove his shackles, and therefore slay his masters.
Grom
One of those
grateful.
times, yeah, Rom grateful. One of those times the 50-50 came up in your favor.
Yes.
Excellent. And the coyote, please roll a d10 for me, please, and tell me what the result is.
2.
2. Where does the story take place?
Oh, where does this story take place? I'm leaning towards Texas. If I am a
Okay,
coyote.
We are in Texas.
That's lovely.
Texas, the nexus of chaos. Excellent. Okay.
And that's different from reality. How?
Right. How did we end up in Texas?
How did we end up in Texas? I have always been in Texas. I don't remember like when I was born, but somehow I've always existed here. And I believe that Grom was captured and brought to Texas, maybe by people who wanted to exploit his abilities. And I think that Iris manifests himself wherever
Herself.
he likes to be. So herself. Oh, Iris manifests herself wherever she likes to be. So when she found out that somebody was needing to sell their soul, she was ready to be there.
The good broker she is.
Yep.
Grom, and let's see. What is our next question? Let's see. Did we do that one? We did that one. So we'll do the one above. What is the star you are following? And why don't you know how to get where you're going?
Who's answering this question?
That is for Grom.
Grom.
Oh, shiny thing in sky. Tell us where Magic Baby is.
So it's actually a star.
Actually, a star. Writing it down. Star is actually underline a star.
Is it?
Well,
Is
that
it?
was
If you say it is.
It's
All I said was shiny
Oh.
thing in sky. It
Shiny
could be a
thing.
spaceship.
Oh, that's
It
true.
could be a satellite. We don't know yet.
Airplane?
Oh, we don't know exactly what it is
It's
yet.
shiny
We
and
just know that it's
mysterious.
shiny,
Yes.
and it seems to be going in the right direction.
Right.
It is moving, which is unusual. Like Coyote, from being around Texas a lot, has watched the sky extensively, and this is oddly moving object.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many people clapped just now. All right. So we're a little suspicious of the star, maybe?
Yes, yes, a little bit.
Okay.
It's funky.
All right.
It's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Iris, roll a d10. Tell me what your result is.
1.
Excellent. What year or era is this? Is this the future, the
Prehistory.
past? Prehistory.
Yes,
Oh.
like before before people started doing things like tracking time and things, and before there was a calendar and all of those things. Maybe those Aztecs down there who keep calling me Quetzalcoatl for some reason. Um, uh, just like they invented one, but nobody else really has one.
Prehistoric Texas. Copy. Wow. And Coyote, please roll for me. Tell me your result.
Is that a 6 or a 9? Why does this not indicate whether it is a 6 or a 9?
Is there
I'm
a
going to
line?
assume that this is a 9. 9. The 6 and the 9 literally look exactly alike on this dice.
Who else is journeying to find the child?
Mm. It seems like there is a general migration going this direction. Many people seem to have left their village and are kind of wandering almost in a daze towards this bright light. And while we don't feel as dazed as they do, we also feel a strange attraction to it. We might be the only ones who are consciously following it.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I like it. What are the other people around like? Are these other humans? Are these other sort of demigods that are kind of wandering around prehistoric Texas?
I think that there's a mix of human and animal people, sort of like Coyote.
Okay.
Can one
There's
of
some
them be my
humans
dad?
from little villages, but there's also some other first people like myself.
Okay. First. Iris, you had a question?
Can one of them be my dad?
Is he dazed or not dazed?
I would say he's probably not dazed.
And just because my Greek history is poor, Iris, who's your father?
He's just some guy, long
Is
beard.
it Zeus?
Yeah.
I knew that. Totally knew that. Why wouldn't I know that? Of course I know that. Let's see. We are back around to Grom. Oh, excellent. Grom, why are you guys traveling together and how are you getting there?
What was the first question?
Why are you traveling together? Why are you guys going to go find the child?
Well, we hear stories from all the wise men about baby who was chosen by the sky people to bring peace, prosperity, and all good things to all people in all the lands. So we go find baby, and the way to get there is by star. So the shaman, the
I think
oracle,
he's a
whatever you
walking.
call it, we walking.
You're walking. Long story short, we walking.
We walking, guys.
Are they dinosaurs? Maybe we could take the dinosaurs.
I don't think
I mean,
don't think we're going that back into
It's
prehistory.
prehistory.
Yeah.
Prehistory.
can we?
Bipedal individual.
I would really love there to be some American camels, guys,
How
because
about
you do know
mammoths?
that was a thing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Ground sloths. We're walking. We're riding on ground sloths.
We're riding on ground sloths.
There we go.
Yay.
Okay, so that's an order for 3 ground sloths? Is that what I'm
In
hearing?
order for 3 ground sloths.
I just have to say I'm kind of with Jenna on her original prehistory like camel.
Okay.
In the Americas, I'm gonna do that, the camel.
Or do you want to do 3 different types of beasts? So like,
Yeah, it makes
Jenna could be on the ground sloth. I could be on a mammoth. and you could.
Oh, hell no, guys. If we get 3 different beasts, I am being pulled on a sledge carried by tiny horses.
Okay, I got the ground sloth.
Tiny 2-toed horses, guys.
Okay. Mini horses. Okay.
Pre-history
Grom. Wait,
Yes.
so Grom is writing this off?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Iris, you wanted to be on the
Oh
camel.
no, wait. Make it one of those giant bears.
Okay.
A cave
Oh,
bear?
yeah.
Yeah. Like that bear at the tar pits, that bear statue at the tar pits.
Yes.
Those giant
yes.
bears, yeah. That big bear was named after. Yeah.
And Iris, are you going to stick with?
Yeah, let's just go with standard magic carpet, I guess.
Magic carpet. Okie dokie.
But we haven't explained why are we traveling together, other than did this thing happen and we just so happen to be together because we're still in that same place where old Grom over there just got loose from his chains and I just sold my mortal soul.
I think we've been around a little longer than that. That happened a little while ago, and we just happened to have a little get together, and this was coming. I might have had kind of a feeling something was up, and came to you guys, and then it actually happened. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is where I ought to be.
So you had a feeling. I feel like I kind of hung out with Grom ever since that day where we all met and Grom got loose. And I'm kind of the brains of the operation. Grom's sort of the brawn. And I've always sort of needed like that kind of like little stupid, but buff companion in my life.
Thanks.
I mean, we all do. I don't know.
Grom knows Grom limitations.
Oh.
It's okay, Grom. You are special in your own way. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I love it when people say that.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm still picking brains out of my shirt tunic from that time that you got loose. I can't wear that one very often.
So we have 2 more questions. I'm going to give the next one to Iris. Iris, what was the mysterious message? I think this is going to help us define some of the questions that we just had. You received a mysterious message. What was it? Who is it from?
The message wasn't that mysterious to me. My mother killed one of my father's girlfriends, and apparently the child may be a brother. And so Mom wants me to make sure he gets taken care of.
So the inference is that this is maybe a half brother of yours.
Half brother, yes.
Okay. All right. And are you sharing this information with your other 2 companions?
Share? I mean, not really. No.
Excellent.
I mean,
so
nothing to let us know that we are pursuing something, right?
Oh yeah, that like it may be powerful and it's actually a child.
Oh, great! Another minion. I had such great success with Brom. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to go into the fact that it's my half brother.
So Iris is traveling in order to take care of the problem. Grom is going because he believes that this is the child foretold to bring good things. And the coyote is going because, I just figured it out. Now I forgot.
I want to adopt this child and bring it up to be my minion.
You're looking for another minion.
Yes. I want to amass a small but effective army to, just kind of get things done. Like, I've already sold my mortal soul. Like, I could just use a little bit more power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, but
Excellent.
in like a benevolent way. Like, I'll name it something cute. I'll, feed it and stuff. Whatever you do with a baby, I don't know.
This one might need some finishing gestating. I'm not sure.
Carried around in your mouth by the
Yeah.
scruff of its
Yeah.
neck.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Coyote, why the rush? Oh, I should click on it because, then you can see it too. Why the rush to get there first?
Oh, well, that's obvious. I mean, like, I have to get there and make it my minion before anyone else decides to make it their minion. Also, if it gets too old, it's going to remember its mom, and that's going to be problematic. So I need to bond with it soon.
Yeah.
I don't know why these guys, I mean, Grom's just coming with me because Grom comes with me wherever I go. And, like, he's really convinced that this thing is, like, special in some way. It looks like I think Grom's just kind of good with babies, too. Like,
Grom like babies. Babies like Grom.
yeah, Grom's great with babies.
Grom want to see Magic Baby.
And, like, this creepy fucker that I got to, like, help me sell my soul, I mean, he's creepy as hell, and I just don't ask him. Don't ask, don't tell. It's a weird dude.
Yeah.
Grom home one.
I can occasionally take another form. Like, if I want to be a boy, I'll call myself Loki.
Excellent. All right, and so this is our last question. What are you bringing to the child? Now we have two choices here. And everyone can make a different choice. So you can either reveal now what you're getting for the child or what you're bringing to the child. And yeah, if it's something that you want to in play, go get, we can do that. Or you don't have to tell anybody, but I would like you to write it down. And we can reveal that at the end when and if you find the child, what it is you brought to them.
I'm not telling.
Okay.
I think my gift is fairly obvious. I'm carrying it with me. It's a cradle board.
Nice.
But simply because I want to put this child in the cradle board and then run off with it.
I have too much with that as a particular idea. If my plan fails, that's a good backup. So yeah, I'm good with that.
It's a good alternative. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Grom, do you already have what you're going to give the child? Do you want to let us know what that is, or do you want to reveal it at the end?
So Grom took leftover pelts of all animals, bunch of little animals Grom killed after he ate the animals, and then tied them all up together with a sharp tooth and rope, little tiny rope, and put it together, and then stuffed it full of leaves and made him. I call it Frankenstein. I made a Frankenstein stuffed animal.
Made him a stuffed animal?
Made out of pelts from real animals.
It's terrifying. It looks absolutely horrific, but it's very soft. And I'm sure it's very squeezable.
Baby loves squishies.
Soft and warm.
Yes.
Perfect thing to keep a young baby warm.
Yes. Yes. The scariest stuffed animal you've ever seen.
It does look like a creature from the depths of hell. It has like little lopsided limbs.
It's got 6 legs.
Oh.
One eyeball sort of like hanging down. Didn't quite get sewed on all the way.
3 tails.
A real eyeball?
No, it's actually glass, but it looks very real.
It's mismatched. One is like gold and one's like bright obsidian.
I made one out of tarball. Yeah.
When you look into its eyes, you kind of feel like you're looking into the void, and the void is looking back.
Yes, like a shark's eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Oh,
This doll is terrifying.
Yes.
I can clearly picture it, and it's giving me the willies. So there is an option if the game master wants to clarify something, or if we roll for this. But I do want to ask Iris, who is? We know that Zeus, presumably, is the child's father. Who is the child's mother?
you're gonna make me look that up, aren't you?
Yeah. And is she with him, or did she give him to
no,
mortals?
no, she's dead. Mom killed
Oh,
her.
she's.
Killed her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mom already took care of business.
Yeah.
So then, are we assuming, or you're assuming then, as we semi-gods end up being was placed with human mortals?
Yes. I have a feeling that he's not going to last on his own very long.
Right.
So if he's still out there, which the star says he is, we assume that somebody adopted him.
Semele, Semele, is his mom.
Semele. Semele. Did I get that?
Yes, Semele.
Semele.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, just looking over everything really quick. And I believe we've answered all of our questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. I'm going to digest everything that you guys just told me, take in the whole world. And when we come back in 10 minutes, we're going to begin our quest for the child. We shall begin with Iris. Iris, you are asleep. And it starts out actually as a very lovely dream of you and your mother. And you're actually just sort of walking through fields together, and you feel the warmth of the sun on your back, and you feel the soft grass under your feet. But as you continue to walk, the grass turns dry and begins to crunch under your feet. And you turn to look up at your mother, who has disappeared. The sky is dark and angry, and you hear your mother's voice. She says to you, "My child, you must avenge me." And you see the image of a small child being lowered onto the planet from the sky, and you recognize the hands. You can't see the full body, but you recognize the hands of your father placing a small bundle upon the ground. You hear your mother's voice as a cold wind makes a chill down your spine. Find the child. You know what to do.
I do.
I love you.
I love you, Mommy.
You wake up.
I reach for a very large lump of gold and a knife and start whittling. It always soothes me. Just whittling at this chunk of gold. I'm not sure what it's going to be when I'm done, but we'll figure it out. It'll reveal itself to me.
Where were you spending the night, and where are your friends?
I have a tent that is larger on the inside than on the outside, and I'm in rather plush bed in the tent, um, and uh, and I get up and I step out. Um, Coyote usually sleeps under the stars, and where Coyote is, Grom is. I sniff the air for Coyote.
Coyote, where are you sleeping outside under the stars?
Um, I have a particular spot I love. It is a cliff face. There's like a deep cut in the cliff, and it's pretty much impassable unless you really know how to get into it. It looks out over some pine lands and a little bit of kind of deserty area. It's real nice. It's real nice. And every now and again, you can wander down into the villages and just cause a little bit of chaos. Um,
Does my heart good.
Iris, as you approach, you see the gently snoozing Coyote, but Grom is awake and staring at the sky.
I look up and expecting to see something bright. Do I find something bright?
There is a bright, shining, what appears to be a star. As you look at it, a cold breeze goes by you and again goes right up your spine, and you hear your mother's voice. For you, my dear.
Thank you, mommy. I continue to whittle at the chunk of gold as I walk. And I look at Grom and say, yes, yes, we're going to follow it in a bit. Um, and I go to lightly nudge Coyote.
Coyote wakes up. She stretches languishingly, like she's just super lazy. There's no reason why anybody should be up at this ungodly hour. Just what? What is it right now?
Oh, star following.
Yes, there's lots of stars. Have you and Grom been hanging out?
No, no. I have something to do. A little mission for my beloved parents. I have to follow that. I point at the star. Something my dad's particularly interested in.
Coyote, how much do you know? Or Iris, how much have you shared with Coyote about your parentage?
I mean, most people know my parents' names. Their fights can be pretty epic. But I mean, I don't go around sharing lots of information unless it suits me and is strategically wise. So
I'm vaguely familiar with her like strange parentage. I vaguely know that it is related to the old gods and that they're much more active on the far side of the world. I know that she has some like pretty high and mighty parents.
Yes, Grom would like my brother a lot.
I'm looking up at the star and I'm wondering I look over and I say, is there anything in that whole getting something for your parents that might benefit me?
It's a baby.
Like a normal baby, like an eaten baby, or like
an eaten baby,
like,
but like maybe a little more with a little more zazz. He might be my half brother. I'm not sure, but yeah,
so like a magic baby.
It could be a magic baby. Not sure.
Ooh, magic
like,
baby!
In theory, if one were to have this magic baby, you could make it do magic things. Then, right?
Ooh, magic baby!
In theory, yes.
Well, why don't we go visit this magic baby?
We can take presents.
I think that's a grand idea. I would love to take this magic baby a present.
Grom knows just
I,
what to make, baby.
I have
Wait, Grom.
I have a
Ooh,
Grom.
squirrel!
Grom's going to make the baby a little squirrel. Anyway, I'm I have a present for the baby.
Grom.
Grom, did you just smash a squirrel?
Yes, he did.
Yes. It's part of gift for a baby.
We're going to see if you caught the squirrel.
Okay.
Your strength is a 50. You have a 50-50 chance of making that squirrel yours.
Okay, let's do it.
I thought his strength is 50. Yeah.
And you do. Not
Yes.
only do you make that squirrel yours, but handily. What does that look like?
Look like squirrel with smashed skull. But tail might make good gift for baby. Part of baby's gift. Let me find more critters to make gift for baby with.
Okay. Sounds great. I whittle away at the gold chunk.
Okay.
Coyote, you said that this vantage point of yours has a good overlook of the village.
It's kind of a ways out, but yeah, you can kind of see like some little lights and some smoke sort of coming out, sort of down
Coyote.
towards the horizon.
Coyote, roll your wisdom.
All right. I got a 2.
So that's going to be, that will be a 20 for
20.
you. That's under 50. There's a lot of movement in the village. A lot of action.
I'm immediately curious. I'm going to look over and see if my sledge being pulled by half a dozen tiny horses is ready to go. And it looks ready to go. It looks ready to go. My possessions are still tied neatly on top of it. I'm gonna pick up my blanket and also I'm gonna go dig around into my cave and look for my gift. And then I'm going to point out to Iris that there seems to be something going on down in the village.
I'll look that general direction and see what I can figure out.
You look down at the village and roll your wisdom.
That's my big one. 23, well under my 70.
My goodness. You look down in the village, and with your sort of supernatural eyesight and maybe a little bit of supernatural hearing, and you're also getting a general sense of the feeling coming from the village. It's actually quite strong. You notice that it looks like what it looks like because you've seen this before. What it looks like when villagers are like packing up and trying to escape from an oncoming horde. Except there's no oncoming horde. Like the village is not on fire or seems to be under attack. Just everyone seems to sort of be in a hurry to leave.
Does it seem like they're going to leave in the general direction of my brother?
There are several caravans that look as if they're heading in the direction at which the star points.
That's surprising then. A mortal in their need to believe in things. I indicate at my tent, which swirls around down the hill and up toward me and becomes the carpet. And I hop up on it, waiting for the others.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go. I see her getting the carpet, and I know that is a indicator that this chick is ready to go. So I'm gonna be like, Grom, sloth, now we're going.
Grom ready. Grom go.
Grom, you find your bear snoozing up against the rocks. What is the name of the bear?
Isn't it Sloth?
Yes.
The bear's name is Sloth?
Sloth the bear.
Sloth the bear.
Grom's really
Well,
bad at identifying wildlife.
Grom knows what he likes, but he doesn't know what it is.
Exactly.
You see your bear
Totally
named
terrible
Sloth.
at it, actually.
Oh goodness. I feel like you all need each other.
Yes.
Is how we're gonna.
yeah, actually, I'm feeling like that we balance each other out nicely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We fill gaps.
He's snoozing slightly. A little bit of drool coming out of his giant maw.
Mm-hmm. Maw.
Your horses, Coyote, are up and ready. Coyote, are you in a human-y form or are you as a coyote right now?
I'd say it's something like a coyote, but sometimes a coyote acts and moves a little bit more human-y than it should. Like, she kind of stands up on her back legs. Her little paws seem more nimble than they should be if they were a coyote.
Okay.
And her little face is just a tad too expressive. When I'm on my sled, because I want to go quickly, I generally stay in my coyote form.
Excellent. Iris is on her carpet. Grom has mounted his bear sloth. Not bear sloth, but bear, comma, sloth. And Coyote is on her sled of tiny horses. Which way are you going?
Well, I mean, toward the star, obviously. I think our vehicles can outpace the humans quite nicely, which but the question is, can it outpace other things that may be interested?
Do you go past the village? Do you stop through the village? You making a
I'm
beeline?
going to see what's going on. I'm going to stop at the outskirts of the village and shapeshift.
I say we freak out the normies and go through the village and maybe dissuade a few of them from following us.
Grom down for whatever.
Just look intimidating, Grom. That would be helpful.
Grom could do
Coyote, to look more human-y, roll your dice. And tell me what the number
70.
is. All right.
I rolled twice though, right?
Well, the second number actually in this case, because we haven't done any like weird stuff, we can do just the one.
Okay. But my number is a 70. So I rolled a 70 and my proficiency is 70.
You almost make it.
Oh no.
You're more human than you were.
You know, I was going for the freaky look, so the fact that I have like giant teeth and a little bit more fur than I should seems to be working in my favor, I'm going to assume.
Your smile is a little too wide. It almost appears if there's kind of like a mustache. Your hair is a little wild. Your walk is a little stilted. You're more human-y than you were before.
Oh geez, I hate when I get into this like halfway sticky look.
I don't know. I think for these purposes, it's fairly perfect.
Werewolf.
I mean, you try to walk on your toes, and your toes aren't facing the right direction, and you see how this works for you.
Okay, well, yeah, shape-shifting's more my father's thing than mine, so yeah, I get it.
You reach the edge of the village. There are people packing. They're putting bags and rolled carpets and bed rolls onto their pack animals. It looks like they're evacuating the city. Anybody who would like to can roll their wisdom to get a closer look at these villagers.
I am rolling my wisdom. 65
big old
out of
0.
70. Oh,
okay.
That's great.
And Grom. Oh no, I need to roll for Grom.
Roll for Grom.
So Grom is like, yeah, it's a lot of action. Coyote, you can actually kind of smell them. Does that smell like hope?
Yeah.
Iris, you're watching the people, and there's a sense of urgency, but all their eyes are kind of glazed over, almost as if they're
moving,
almost like they're drunk, but they're a little dazed.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. All right, I'm just gonna cause a little chaos, I think.
Okay. What would you like to do?
No, I'm not at all.
No.
No.
What were you going to do?
I was going to scatter the people, but with a 99.
Oh Lord. With a 99, all of the villagers around you turn and look at you expectantly. Have you heard? Have you heard?
Yeah, I've heard.
About the bird?
I have not heard, by the way. I'm just looking around. No, I have not heard. Please enlighten me.
Yes, Grom want to know too. Grom like know things.
We must follow the star to find him. Oh, yes, we find him. Yes, we will find him. And you hear that scattering throughout the crowd.
Yeah. Find him. Right over.
Who are we finding?
The child, of course. Oh, the child. And you hear some women in the back. Oh, I can't wait to see the child. And you hear somewhere else, I will hug him and kiss him. And it just, goes out through the village.
No, they're after my kid.
Ooh,
yeah, I think Grom, Coyote, I think these people need a little intimidating.
I agree.
Okay, Grom make Grom face.
All right.
Grom.
Can I just change my head back into a coyote?
You want to? I'm sorry. You want to change what into a coyote?
Her head.
Just my head. Just the head.
Oh, just your head? Yeah. You have a 70% chance of that working.
50.
You now have a head of a coyote.
Awesome.
I want to roll my wisdom to figure out the best way to freak these people out and send them scattering.
Certainly.
Which is much better. It's a 19.
You have a feeling because these people are a little dazed and confused. And again, there's a sense of urgency where they're kind of stumbling around a little bit. If you told them that they were wrong, or maybe send them on a wild goose chase, that might work.
All right. I'm going to stand up on the carpet and say, the child seeks you, but he warns you with that star. That is the wrong direction. He will drive. He will be driven away if you go to that place. You must move away from the star to find the child.
Some of the people stop and they stare at you but which way should we go?
That way. I point the opposite direction of the star.
How will we know?
I'm gonna whip my tiny horses into a fury. And I'm gonna try to round them out towards the opposite direction that Iris just pointed in.
When you no longer see the star, you've found the child.
That's pure evil.
Yeah, well, I'm Iris, God damn it.
Some of the people
scary woman, get moving.
They look confused, but they're so fixated on this finding the child that they're not quite sure why. Several of the groups head off in the other direction. Most of them that are families or larger groups are still heading towards the direction of the star. But those that seem to be on their own or stragglers or travelers that were by themselves kind of band together and head in the opposite direction.
Um,
I'm so confused. Usually Scary Wolf Face works every time.
yeah, they're under his spell. Let's just move quicker than them, shall we say?
Hey.
Between the bear and your carriage and the rug, I think we can outpace them.
To
Hey, Grom,
outpace the
saddle up
villagers.
sloth.
Oh, of course, sloth.
Mhm.
For bear sloth. Bear.
Sloth the bear.
To see if you can pass the villagers, everyone roll your strength. Unless you can tell me how you use your proficiency to get ahead.
Well, I'm flying, so I'm going to use the air created by my carpet to whip up clouds of dust to make them all blinded by the dust going in their eyes and sneezing and coughing, and because
Excellent.
I'm
Did you roll your chaos?
yeah, chaos is
wait,
not
wait.
with me today. Thanks, Dad. It's 64.
Okay, it's not terrible. The sand and dust from underneath the carpet starts to billow towards the villagers behind you, and suddenly you feel sort of a warm, if the air can feel golden, breeze come by, and yeah, it's just all in your face.
Oh, you're going to be a problem, aren't you?
So I tried to move the horses forward, but I rolled a 30. I rolled a 70 and I have a 30.
So the horses, you had pointed them in the opposite direction to start with to kind of lead the people out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is what we're doing now."
No, God damn it.
Bye,
Okay.
horsies.
So then I tried to turn myself into a hummingbird and I rolled a 90.
Oh no. So sitting on top of this sled that is being pulled by half a dozen very confused miniature horses is the body of a woman, the face of a wolf, and the beak of a hummingbird.
No.
Yeah, you can't win.
Oh,
Grom, what are you doing?
Zeus is messing with us. That's what's going on.
Grom, you see this
Grom.
happen to your companions. What do you do?
That's you say today,
That's
buddy.
me. Grom confused, so Grom does what Grom does, and
Mhm.
gonna take his hammer and then just smash it on the ground to see what shakes.
Okie dokie, let's see. Everything shakes.
Yes.
What would you like to accomplish with your miniature earthquake?
Make all the people
It's
run
like an
away.
earthquake.
Yeah, make all the people run away.
That villagers are suddenly terrified. There's an earthquake. A lot of them don't even know what that is. You see a lot of them duck back into their tents. Several of them, bad omen. Oh no! And head back into the village. Some of them, yeah, it would be really freaky. Some of them who have gone in the opposite direction are now running even faster, thinking that it's some sort of sign that they need to get away. So yeah, some of the villagers have decided to stay put.
Good work,
Nice.
Grom.
Very well done.
Grom,
I'm going to
do good.
stand up, dust some of the
Grom-
dust off of me, and
Grom
kind of
did
clean my
very
beak
well.
and start walking in the direction.
I'm going to wipe my face off from the dirt that I blew in my own face. Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
heading in the direction of the star?
I know who this is, Dad. Yes.
It doesn't take very long because the villagers seem determined, but they are a little stumbly. It's strange. you do catch up to the furthest out group of villagers. There's a couple guys who look like merchants. There's a family and some other like farmer type looking people.
Okay.
Um,
I think we should just get past them. I think this whole fiddling with them thing is like just slowing us down.
slowing it down.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try
You
to
could do
merge
the
back
third.
into my original shape.
Roll your proficiency.
Ooh, 10.
You are any shape you would like to be.
Cool. I'm gonna go incognito for this one, with the exception of my tiny horses. I'm just gonna kind of merge into a normal village woman. Very nondescript. Kind of look like just any other woman that you would meet on a path.
Maybe what you looked like before you sold your soul.
Possibly.
Iris, you turn and see an oddly
Someone knows
familiar
though, did
face.
they?
Oh, nice. That's a very good one. I say to Coyote.
To pull past the villagers that are in the lead, everyone roll your strength as I drop my pencil.
Aha! A 10 again.
Yeah, 49, which is well above my strength roll. I am rolling like poopy. I'm going to change dice.
How did I do?
Grom got a 20, so Grom and Coyote are on a good clip.
Yep.
Side by side, riding the bear and riding the sled, being pulled by the tiny horses. Iris, your magic carpet's having some issues. In fact, it's almost like it's sputtering, like it's giving out. Is it giving out?
I'm going to pour magic into it to sort of refuel it. It's clearly Dad like messing with me.
Roll your proficiency to see if that works.
All right. I'm not.
It's 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
It'll flip you off or go faster.
Hang on. Okay.
I love that it's a 50-50 chance. I love it.
It is entirely 2%.
Excellent.
It's the first good roll I've had on my magic.
What does that look like and feel like as you pour magic into the carpet?
It feels like it's sort of like everything becomes brighter, everything becomes more chaotic, more like the area around me fills with a little bit of despair, and everyone looking directly at me would feel frightened.
I'm going to assume that your two companions have seen this before and they're fine with it. I'm actually going to roll for the villagers behind you.
Okay.
To see what their reaction to this brilliant light is. Mostly terror.
Yes, as it should be.
It should be.
And they slow down. They still seem determined from the distance, but they don't seem to be moving as quickly as they had been. In an hour or so of travel, you reach. It looks a little bit like the Grand Canyon. If you've seen it, Iris has probably seen it from this guy. It's a large chasm that's been carved out by water. It's still holding water because we are in prehistory Texas.
I like to call it the big ditch.
The big ditch. It's very wide.
Wait, prehistory Texas? We are in prehistory Texas.
We're in prehistory Texas.
And we just reached the Grand Canyon.
Well, it looks That's the closest thing I can think of describing it, but
Oh,
it's not
okay,
actually the
okay,
Grand Canyon. It's just a descriptor. It's just, yeah.
Damn, we're going fast.
Picture, if you will, something that looks like what the Grand Canyon would have looked like when it still had water in it.
Yes.
A massive canyon full of water, like Glen
Mhm.
Dam. Yeah.
You can go right, which will take you many, many, many miles out of your way. You can go left, which will also take you many, many, many miles out of your way. Or there's always across the
down the
water.
Ooh, I know what I want to do.
I want to go across the water.
Woo!
I want to change myself into a ginormous, like, and I mean like a massive alligator.
Okay. Roll it.
Ah, wait, I don't know if this is a 6 or a 9.
Is there a
It
line
could be
on
Does
the
it
either.
have does it have the little line?
No, wait, okay. So the other one, I think it's a 6 because when you put it up, nope, it's the same either way. Okay, no. It's definitely a 6 because if I turn the other one 60, 90, wait, what? But it could be,
If there's a little line, the little line is at the bottom of the number.
it's a 9. It's definitely a 9. Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Coyote shakes for a moment, and then there's a little iguana on the ground.
Am I at least a marine iguana, or am I just like a regular little terrestrial iguana?
You're near the water. I feel the spirit would know that you wanted to be in the water, so sure.
Okay, so I am a marine iguana.
Oh, it's cute.
The horses are very confused. They're just kind of looking at you with a side eye.
I'm going to, oh geez, I have this big old, I can't leave my sledge behind. I need what's on top.
Here,
I'm going to take my little teeth and try to grab out my gift, which you can now see is a large flat basket. And I'm going to try to push it into the water and jump on top like a little teeny tiny raft.
Okay.
I'm going to change my my carpet into an inflatable raft.
Okay.
20th century.
So, Coyote, to pull your basket out into the water, roll your strength. And Iris, to change your magic carpet into a raft, roll your chaos. Might be a
That is
raft.
definitely a 60.
Woo!
2.
Much better.
And
Grom, you
my
see that
strength is
Coyote
30.
is struggling.
Uh-oh.
I got a 17. Like,
Yeah.
the large inflatable raft should be large enough for the for the horse team, the for Grom, the and the bear, and I'll just pluck Coyote out of the water and put her in the boat as we're going by.
Crawl on top of her head because that's what iguanas do. Just gonna perch there.
Okay.
Excellent.
Ooh, I like this look. I might do this later. Maybe in Egypt.
Under the starry sky, you are floating down the river following the star. There off to the side, there's another boat in the river. It's a wide river.
Can I see who's in the boat? Will my wisdom allow me to figure it out?
It seems to be sort of a raft-like structure. To know more, roll your wisdom.
62 out of 70.
There are 3 people, 3 figures on this raft that you can see. They have torches. It is kind of a flat raft with pontoon's not the word I'm looking for, is it? Where it has the logs on the side that are keeping it afloat.
Those are
And there are,
pontoons.
then there are tiki torches or torches kind of around the outside of it, and there are three figures standing in the center.
Hey, Grom, can you throw something at that raft?
Grom throw.
Yeah, throw a weapon.
How's that,
Here.
Rob, if I were you? You don't know who you might be throwing rocks at.
I don't care.
I mean,
37. I change some water into a throwing hammer.
Okay.
So
throw hammer.
you, Grom, you have in your hand, and we'll say, for the sake of magic, that it's made of the water, so it's like a giant ice hammer.
Okay.
Grom, are you going to throw it?
Yes.
All right, so it's a hammer, so that's going to be your proficiency. You throw it with precision and accuracy. What happens?
Sink it.
Yes.
Sink it.
It sinks. Yeah, it sinks in the sea. Sink.
You watch as Grom, takes 3 spins and lets the ice hammer go off the side of your raft. It goes hundreds of feet, landing square in the middle of the raft in the river, away from you. There's a moment, and then there's screams and chaos and scrambling as the raft tips over and begins to sink.
I hug Grom's arm because it's the only thing I can get my my arms around. So I hug his bicep. You're such a good man, Grom.
Grom, I don't know how good of an idea that was.
Why? Lady said to throw hammer, ice hammer. Sink
Yeah,
ship.
but you remember that time when we were in the village and there was those 3 really big dudes, and I was like, I'm gonna bite their toes because that looks fun, and then they kicked me and it was not fun.
Yeah.
Toe biting.
What if they got to the child before us?
Ah, good
Yeah.
point. Grom, sink it.
He did. So you're good, Coyote.
I'm gonna swim out there and check our progress. Are they dead?
You're going to swim out to the other raft?
Yeah, I want to go see. I want to make sure.
Roll your strength.
Maybe I'm gonna steal some of their things. It is oh, come here. 0.
Okay, so in this case, a 0 is good.
1%.
You swim out there almost like you're a ripple in the water, completely invisible to anyone who wasn't looking for you. You swim right up to them and you see 3 gentlemen, an old man, a sort of middle-aged man, and a young man. They appear to be dressed sort of like shamans that you kind of recognize. You recognize their clothing to be shaman-y.
I'm looking around to see if there's any pretty things that I could pick out of the water.
Roll your wisdom.
70. I have a 50 for wisdom.
No, you don't see nothing.
Grounding?
That was a good hammer throw. You don't see nothing.
Do they look drowning and distressed and all that good stuff?
The 3 of them are holding on to the log that was keeping their raft afloat, and they're just sort of hugging onto it, their eyes wide, floating down the river.
I'm going to jump up onto the log and look at them all in their eyes.
Do you pick one of them first, or are you just looking at all of them? You're scanning them, or?
We're just going to scan them. We're just going to walk up and down the log, just over their hands. And then I'm going to try to make my voice all hissy so it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because that tends to help me out. And I'm going to go, what are you doing out here?
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's see. I suppose if they pee their pants in the water, no one's going to know. The youngest is frightened. The middle one is looking at the older gentleman, and the older gentleman smiles. He has most of his teeth. He says, "Same thing I believe you are, my little trickster friend."
Why do you seek the child?
The child, he says.
Just gave him
You
information.
know about the child.
We knew about the great star god that is guiding us, but now we know to which he guides us.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She guides you. She. Don't call my mom.
Well, I mean, they don't know. They think it's the star
no, I know.
god.
Yeah. I was. I'm playing. I couldn't have heard that. Well, I might have heard it if I was concentrating, but I'm not.
Turn around now, and we might spare your lives.
He reaches out a hand to kind of touch the top of your head.
Don't do that. It tickles.
He looks at you. It will tickle me or tickle you, as he attempts to touch the top of your head.
No! It tickles.
All right, my little trickster friend. Do you wish to come with us?
Little back leg is doing that little.
You know what? Roll your strength. Are you going to give in?
It's a 2. It's a 20, and then my 6 is 30.
Okay.
So no.
You don't give in to the joyous, tickly, wonderful sensation. You have your wit still about you.
I will spare your lives for now. And I'm gonna pop in the water and swim back to my raft.
The old man watches you and whispers something under his breath. You feel a sensation go up your spine. You don't know what it was.
Huh. Weird. Get back up on that raft and shake off because it's cold. And apparently fresh water, which I wasn't prepared for.
So who was it?
Shaman looking for the sky god. They don't know that there's a child at the end of the journey, although they might now.
I'd shake my head. Describe the shaman, if you would.
Well, shamany, old, young, sort of in the middle, good at scritches.
Good at scritches. Love it.
Okay. Yeah, great. I was hoping blue eyes, white hair kind of thing. All right. Let's just continue on. Do we get to the other side?
Yeah, you get to the other side. You can disembark if you wish.
Yep. I'll shake it back into a carpet.
To make sure that it's still a carpet. Roll your chaos.
Yeah. Well, with a 98, it's definitely not a carpet. I'm not sure what it is.
It's more of a throw rug. And you can kind of feel it. There's definitely the golden stink of your dad all over this.
So, ready out of battery, guys.
I shake my fist at the sky. wasn't necessarily going to be mean, but now I might be. um, I can't carry much on this. Does my butt fit on it?
Just.
Barely.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not about aerodynamics. It still flies and everything because I pumped a lot of magic into it a little bit ago. Does it?
It does fly.
Okay.
Coyote's still a lizard if they want to ride on your head.
Well, I mean, I think the horse team would be.
Oh yeah, they're there too. Yeah.
Yeah, the most chagrined that she's not with them, so I place her on her seat.
The
Put the reins in her
star.
mouth.
Wait. What about my little tiny horses?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fine.
Oh, we just lost her.
They're prancing along.
Yeah. I think she's gonna go get a charger.
Okay.
Yeah, the little tiny horses are fine. The star seems very low in the sky, and I don't mean in the horizon, but in the sky.
Oh, do we have to fly up to it?
It feels like you're getting to it.
Ah, okay. Yay. Coyote's back.
It's an actual coyote.
Yes.
We see her in her human form.
Now she's gone elf.
She's in her human form, but
Star,
a little smaller.
is it still star-like, or can we see anything new about it?
It's much lower in the sky now. So
Hmm.
I think we're getting there.
Do I still have my presents?
You do.
Yes, good. I'm gonna go curl up in it, make sure that it looks soft and squishy, like a small child might want to crawl into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, are we all on the throw rug?
The throw rug is very small.
Yeah.
It's just enough to kind of
Cover Eris's butt.
yeah.
Okay, I will stay in my same form then. I will sit on Iris's head and clutch my little basket and look expectantly down at the ground.
You wish to be put down?
Well, are we getting down? Are we getting close?
We are getting close.
Everyone can roll your wisdom. Grom, I'm going to roll your wisdom.
Okay.
Oh. No.
60. My wisdom is a 70. Yes. Oh.
Your
60,
proficiency is a
67.
70. You can see in the distance that there seems to be some sort of forest or orchard or something. There's trees in the distance, and the star seems to be lowered in the sky just past this group of trees.
Yes. We will approach sneakily. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ever so sneaky.
I like to be sneaky sometimes.
How are you all being sneaky?
Ground walk on tippy toes.
Okay.
I'm going to fly above it.
Oh, above the trees.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I will go in the form of a squirrel.
Okay.
Grom, don't smash
Squirrel!
that squirrel.
Oh, not the squirrel. Okay.
No, not that one. No.
Not the squirrel.
Grom, do not squish the squirrel.
Grom, roll your wisdom to see if
coyote.
you know not to squish that squirrel. Let's see.
Roll it.
Oh no, yeah, no, you are aware that this is not a squirrel that
Okay.
should go smash.
Grom is just doing great.
Grom is doing
I point
great.
to the
He's
dead
right.
squirrel and I go, smashing squirrel, coyote squirrel, smashing squirrel, coyote squirrel. Yes.
Yes. Grom,
Good.
no.
Coyote, roll your shape change, and Iris, roll your chaos.
Ah, shit.
Jesus.
Um,
40. I'm able to fly.
You're able to fly. You're a decent height off the ground, but over the trees, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Coyote, what did you get?
80.
You now are a woman. But
Okay.
you're a very, very small woman
No.
It's
with a
Squirrel
bushy
Girl.
tail
It's Squirrel Girl.
and whiskers.
No.
Squirrel Girl.
You feel like you're pretty quick. You feel like you could climb a tree, but you're not squirrel size. You're about half human size.
Ah, this is terrible.
You approach the trees. They seem to be cultivated. They're lined up. They seem to be maybe some sort of citrus, maybe.
I'm going to hide among the foliage.
Okay.
As I'm flying, not quite at treetop level.
Okay.
Has Coyote ever seen a citrus tree before?
I don't know. Have you ever seen a citrus tree before?
I'm assuming in Texas, no. I don't think I
That's weird.
have. These are the freakiest trees I've ever seen in my life.
Gee, that's so odd.
I'll pick one from the treetop and throw it
Hmm.
down to her. It's yummy.
I'm heartily freaked out by this thing. It is brightly colored. It is leathery.
Mm-hmm.
It
No,
looks like a turtle just like laid a sunset, and it is terrifying.
If you take the cover off, it's got sort of a cover on it. The inside is soft and juicy. It's pretty yummy. It's no pomegranate, but it's still pretty yummy.
I'm never gonna
I
get
go
that
to
image
pick
out
at
of my
it, and
head.
it like squirts in my eye. It is gross. It
stings
filled
a
with
little bit,
poison.
but it smells
not
good.
only
It smells
it not
good.
only looks gross, but it
It smells good.
It smells
Grom,
good.
it smells real good.
Grom's gonna lick where the juices flowed on his face.
Excellent.
And
Grom licks Coyote's face.
Yeah, tastes good too.
It does taste
no,
good.
it's full of acid, Grom. Leave it.
It's
Grom,
yummy.
it tastes.
Grom say
Grom, it
yummy.
tastes really, really good, and I'm going to roll for you.
I can keep licking her face.
I throw one down to Grom.
Grom, do you eat it?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here. Yeah, you lick it and it's delicious. You bite it, you peel it like Iris tells you to, and you take a bite of it. And at first you kind of feel like a rush of wooziness, but it passes.
Yeah, yummy. I want more. Grom want more.
No, not until after we get the child.
You continue to walk.
No more of the acid egg, Grom. This thing is absolutely disgusting. Hell no.
The trees that you're passing now have shiny red fruit on them.
Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, I'm gonna whittle my gold a little bit more. Is it? Are they pomegranates? Are they apples? Or just unidentifiable red fruit?
You would know obviously what a pomegranate looks like. They don't look like pomegranates.
Okay, I would really know what apples look like.
Probably. All right. Yes, it's an apple.
Okay. Because it's one of my symbols.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've probably
I start whittling the gold into an apple.
Oh,
I've probably seen things that look appley but are not particularly edible. I'm again repulsed. This whole place is full of disgustingness.
Yeah, I'll pluck one. I'm not going to eat it, but I'll pluck one.
Okay. You continue on, and you find some trees that have sort of light orange fuzzy fruit. Like
Oh.
orange, yellow, pinkish, fuzzy fruit.
It's
Mm.
peaches. We don't need to. I'm getting a feeling like this might be a distraction. Let's focus on the kid.
You can
These look a little less disgusting. They
Yeah,
might be somewhat
on the way back.
edible.
On the way back.
a golden breeze comes through the orchard and you can smell them. They smell so sweet. Coyote, roll your wisdom. Oh no, roll your strength.
Oh Lord. Haha. 10.
You
Ooh.
resist the urge, but they do smell so sweet and warm
They.
and
I'm
fresh.
curious now.
It's my
I'm
dad.
gonna pick one and put it in my, I guess, pocket. I know it's gonna be really, really large.
Just so you guys know, Grom, Coyote, this is a trap of my dad's. I know it for sure.
But look, it's kind of pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
other than the acid eggs and the, kind of unedible looking fruit up behind us, this one that actually doesn't look terrible.
After we get the child, you can do what you want, but until then, don't eat any of my dad's trap.
You go a little bit further and you find yourself standing at the edge of a grape vineyard.
He's really gonna like my gift.
I've seen things like this before. They look fairly edible. I smell them. Is it nice?
It's lovely. Everyone roll your wisdom. I'm going to roll for Grom. Grom, you're like, those look delicious. They smell lovely.
Mm-hmm.
You see nothing wrong with it.
41 out of 70.
So I'm going
Yeah, Iris, these don't belong here.
Yeah,
None of this belongs here. None
this
of this is
all-
natural.
Yeah, this is
None
all
of this
crap.
grew here. Yeah.
None of this
42
belongs in
out of
this land.
50?
Coyote, you're sure, because you've lived here your entire life, you're sure that these trees and plants, that you haven't seen them before. Doesn't feel
Yeah, they
right.
do look weird. They look strange.
This is a trap. This is clearly a trap.
The
We
star
shouldn't even touch
continues.
any of this.
The star continues to lower in the sky. And again, not on the horizon, but actually lower. You feel like it's, I don't know, maybe 500 feet above you on the other side of the vineyard.
It's close. I'm going to clutch my little cradle basket and think soon I will have a wee tiny baby as a small minion. I wonder what kind of things babies can do. Do you think they can pick pockets like right away, or do you have to I don't
You have to
know,
raise
give them like
them
6
for a
months of
while
training or
first.
something?
No, actually, like years, 5 years, I think, before they.
5 years.
5 years.
How much do they eat?
They have to eat 3 times a day.
Jesus, that's like a full-grown human.
Yes, and actually, until they become 1 or 2 years old, they have to drink milk. Most of that time. Yeah, it's a whole deal. I'm going to.
Do we still have my little horses?
They came with you through the orchard. You're now standing at the edge of the
Okay.
vineyard.
Oh, good. I'm gonna look underneath them and see if any of them look female.
Roll your dice. Tell me what number you get.
4.
All 4 of them
40.
are
44. My wisdom's 50.
all 4 of them are, and roll again.
60.
All 4 of them are female.
Nice. All right. I think I can figure this out.
What is it that she was trying to figure out if they were female?
I think horse milk might do nicely.
Yeah, horse milk would work.
I see. Okay.
I'm
Standing.
giving them the side eye.
The horses are
I
giving
hope
you
they
the
don't know
side
my
eye.
intention.
And at this point, because they're miniature horses, and now you're like a half-sized squirrel person, you're kind of eye to eye with them, and they're just kind of looking at you, and you're kind of looking at them.
I think I can handle this. I'm still game. Let's go.
You begin to see a glow at the horizon. The sun is going to rise. And Iris, you feel a great sense of urgency. You feel like if that sun rises, there goes your window of opportunity.
All right. I
You
tell
feel
them
it.
we have to get to the child before the sun rises, or we will lose the child.
All right. I'm gonna jump on one of my horse's backs.
I'm going to try and restore my carpet.
And I'm
And
gonna hop
at
on
a 1%, I think I do.
Yes, you do. And Grom?
Yes.
hopping on Sloth the bear,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to go.
Full tilt.
Full tilt through the
Onward!
vineyard. Full
I'm
tilt through the
gonna-
vineyard. You begin to cross, and it is full tilt. The little horse is galloping. Sloth the bear is pushing his way through. The carpet is grazing the tops of the grapevines. Everyone roll your strength. Roll for
Oof.
Grom, suddenly
Mhm.
the bear Sloth stops
Oh,
and is trudging, and you look down and you see vines wrapping around his legs. Iris, what did you get?
I'm feeling very victorious because my strength is 30, but I got a 29.
You're just gliding ever so gently across the tops of those grapevines. Coyote, what did you get?
50 out of 30.
You feel the horse suddenly stop, and you look down and see that there are vines twisting around her legs.
No, horsey.
I pull out 2 wineskins, one multicolored and one black. I open the black one and I pour it onto the vines.
Has a 50-50 shot of working.
Okay. Well, it's more I wanted to pour that one out, but I figured it might help.
Pouring one out for your homies.
43 out of 50.
The vine that has wrapped itself around the horse's leg, it almost like it turns to look at the wineskin, and it's almost like it reaches out and grabs it and is squeezing it and pulling the liquid out of it greedily.
That's neat because it's poison. That was the poison wine. I have
Excellent.
2 wines. Well, and I've decided not to poison the child. With
that part of the
wine.
vine begins to wither, and the horse is now
Can
free.
I see that the vines are going at this wine, and I'm wondering if this fruit is going to have the same effect. I'm going to toss the peach out next to the sloth bear.
Interesting. Roll your strength to see if you get in the right direction.
Ooh, 20 out of 30.
You knock it really hard at the base of the root, and that root, the vines attached to that root start to come down and wrap itself around the peach, not as greedily as the other vines were wrapping out and reaching for the wineskin. These are coming down and wrapping around it more like an oyster would wrap around a pearl, like an irritant.
Huh. Does it seem distracted from the bear?
That vine is. There's still one more vine, Grom, that has your bear named Sloth.
all right. So I just take out my sword and just
Okay.
try to cut him free, cut him loose.
You got a 20 out of 70. What does that look like?
Ooh.
That's a success.
Oh, it is okay.
It's a really good success.
That's a really good success.
Oh, I cut that thing right over.
A moment.
And Sloth the bear is free. At least
Just
not
like Indiana Jones with the machete going through the Indian jungle.
exactly.
Not only does he do so well that he manages to free Sloth the bear, but with his longsword machetes your rest of the way through the vineyard.
Hmm.
You enter a clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there is what looks almost like a cradle on the ground made of grapevines.
Aww.
There is a male human and a female human with the child. And you see that there are other humans there that did arrive before you did. And they've brought baskets of fruit, and they've bought baskets of nuts and grains and all kinds of bounty that they're placing around the child.
Step back from my
I'm
brother, I say.
Oh, roll your wisdom.
28.
Wow. Everyone except the woman moves. What do the rest of the people do?
What's the woman's name? I know her name. The people bow and walk backwards in a bow, and and uh, and I look up at uh, my aunt, who is still standing there, and I say, much to my mother's chagrin, I have brought a present, Gaia, for my brother.
She reaches her hand out towards you, sort of in your direction. You realize that her eyes are half closed and looking away. She appears to be blind.
can I
She,
try to shapeshift again?
sure.
All right. I'm going to try to turn myself into the most maternal looking woman I can possibly manage.
Okay.
Oof. My proficiency is 70 and I just rolled a 70.
Okay, you look like a paternal figure. Um, a little comely, but all right.
I'm going to swing the basket around and gently touch Iris's elbow and say, "The child looks so cold. I think it needs a warm cradle."
Yes, and something to drink. And I pull out the multicolored wineskin.
I'm giving her the side eye because that wasn't part of the plan.
Oh, it's part of my plan.
The woman who appears to be blind, who is now standing over the child, still has her hand reached out to you.
For the for my wine.
You said you brought the child a gift.
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah.
waiting expectantly.
That's the gift. Is the bottle of wine. I give the bottle of wine over. I'm not super happy about handing it over. I wanted him to drink it right away.
Maybe not drinking age.
Yes, that's okay. I hand her the wine.
I'm going to
Is
do
it
some whispering. I thought you said they only drink horse milk.
This baby will drink wine.
Why didn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because
I don't have to milk horses.
I didn't know that until I saw him.
Is it a wine skin that you hand her, a flask that you
Yes,
hand her?
it is a wineskin. It is swirling multicolors, and the colors on the wineskin just keep moving. As does the color of the wine inside. Only one other person knows this particular recipe. A friend of mine. Her name's Puka.
She's holding the wineskin by the neck, and she takes the other hand and touches the side of the wineskin and pauses for a moment, and she says, the wine of the fair folk. When he is older, he will appreciate this. And she kind of puts it to the side where the rest of the gifts are.
All right. I'm going to kneel down next to my brother's head and dip a small piece of cloth into the wine. And wait, and her hand is still out for the other for the next gift.
She put the wine down. Her hands are down, but although she's not looking at, she is facing Coyote because she heard her speak.
Okay.
You bring more presents for my son?
I bring the child a beautiful cradle board. I'm going to indicate the cradle board. It is actually quite lovely. It's a family heirloom, and it is nicely beaded and well made.
She reaches out as if she wants to touch it, and she touches it. What does she feel?
It's just a normal cradle board. She might feel the the texture of the basket. She might feel some cloth where, in the little straps. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a cradle board. It does need, it needs somebody who knows how to use it to put the child inside one.
Are you being honest with her? Is it non-magical?
It's completely non-magical. It's just a cradle board.
Roll your wisdom to see if you convince her.
My wisdom is a 50, and I just rolled a 50.
How about that?
She will accept the gift. She holds out both hands.
It's much easier, though, if you were to let me put the child inside the cradle board. It does take a little bit of practice.
Ooh, roll your wisdom again. I don't know if she's going to buy that.
Oh, fuck. 90.
She has both hands outstretched as if she expects you to put the cradle board in her hands, and she says, perhaps if you guide my fingers and we do it together.
Yeah, that does seem like it will work.
Before they reach the child, I'm just going to slide the piece of cloth that's soaked in the wine into his mouth, so he will suckle on it for a second before they pick him up. And when they pick him up, the cloth will simply slide out of his mouth because I'm holding on to it.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, I rolled a 25.
Excellent. He drinks from the cloth and giggles up at you and looks at you with eyes that seem all too familiar.
Yes, and I look down at him with eyes that look just as insane as his are now.
He giggles and his little feet wiggle and his little hands open and close.
I tickle his little feet and say, "Welcome, brother."
He says. The woman and Coyote are bringing the cradle down to the child. She turns in the direction of where she thinks Grom is standing, and she says, have you also brought a gift to my son?
Grom bring baby friend.
A friend for my son.
Yes. So this friend made out of many little animal friends, and me put together and give to baby, so baby have friend. I call him Frankenstens.
Oh God. Oh, you've been holding on to that all game. Oh God. Oh, good Lord. She begins to understand what you're saying, and she kind of can smell it and realizes that you're about to hand over a freshly dead, squishy animal onto her baby.
I mean, he's been working on it for a while. There were other critters in that.
But it's not pleasant. She realizes that you're about to give this thing to her baby. She lets go of the cradle and turns to Grom as if to take the thing away from him before it touches her child.
Yes. I am going to try to turn. Okay. I'm going to flip that cradle board onto my back and turn into a condor.
Excellent. Roll your shape changing.
Oh, 60? 9 out of 70.
You turn around, you turn into a condor, and you realize that your wings are too large to fit the cradle over because now you're a giant condor.
I pick it up in my beak.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to grab the strap of the cradle board by my beak. Hopefully he's all tied in pretty good because I'm going to take off.
50% chance I let her go. 50% chance something awful happens.
Okay.
Oh, I let her go.
Coyote, roll your strength.
10.
Ooh.
My goodness, you want this child. What does that look like?
I gleefully pick this little buddy up and I'm like, you are all mine, my little friend. And I'm going to start flying the way we came.
Or more like,
Grom, you see Coyote with a great lift of her wings disappear into the sky. Grom, what do you do?
Bye, baby. And then I hop on Sloth the bear, and we follow the condor because we want to hang out with the baby.
Iris, what do you do?
I stay with Gaia. She's my aunt, after all.
The condor flaps into the sky, and as she reaches down to where her baby was, she realizes that her child has been taken from her. She falls to her knees, and as the sun rises on the horizon, the star in the sky explodes as she screams as a mother in mourning.
Awesome. There is a lovely little pueblo where that little baby is going to grow up into my minion.
We're going to jump forward just a little bit. What happens, Iris, in the near future?
I take to visiting my brother and teach him to make wine, and he wanders the earth in madness, but I don't kill him like my mother kind of wanted, although she'll get credit for driving him crazy.
The next night, you have a dream. You're walking with your mother in the golden sunshine. You can feel the sunshine on your back. You feel her pat you on the head, and the feeling is good enough, my love.
I know. I finished carving the gold apple, and I carve into it to the most beautiful, and slide it into my pocket. I'll see you at the party tomorrow, Mom, if I get invited.
You feel another pat on your head, and you wake up to sunshine streaming onto your face. Grom, what happens to you in the near future?
Grom sits on his throne with a furrowed brow, but that is a story for another day.
Excellent. Coyote, what happens to you in the near future?
I sit in my little nook up in the cliffside looking out over the pines and the scrub with my baby happily burbling away inside a tiny little cradle basket hanging on the wall, milking my tiny horses I watch the sun rise and think, this isn't so bad. I think he'll be a lovely child when he grows up.
Life is good.
Life is good.
The baby giggles, and it's this sort of happy, pleasant giggle with the edge of madness. And that is We Three Kings, The Quest of the Magi. You guys did it.
Yay!